out there? 42 degrees or so, sun shining. Man, it's nice. Like springtime finally here. Get on there. Thank you. Now you gotta talk to him. Alright, see you guys down the road. Well, we have no issues. I just wanted to check the oil in that old truck after I've had it out on the road, driving it pretty hard for a couple of days. Call Seth. Hey Seth, Ken, how you doing?
Good, how's it going?
Pretty good. I just wanted to check in with you and kind of see where you're at with your cut down on those cherries.
Yeah, we're cut down pretty good. I don't know.
Well,
they got most of it cleaned up, I think, not all of it.
Okay, those smaller ones, that's not going to take. I think we're going to cut those down? Were they small enough? I said we'd do them. Or,
yeah, they were just. I mean, they're like a lopper cut or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're pretty good this week, but kind of next week I'll probably be looking for a place to go. So you'll be pretty well cleaned up by the first part of next week, maybe.
Yeah, I'll make them. I mean, it's just that upper block is the only one that's not done. The one right here when you first pull in, it's all mowed, cleaned up, good to go.
Okay.
I mean, I can have them do that other one by then.
Okay.
It just hasn't been real great weather for doing it.
Yeah, well, we've had real good grafting weather, but we've been down in Mattawa and Ross City and, in the Banana Belt, so. Yeah.
Not so much here. It was 40 degrees this morning here, so.
Yeah, well, we're grafting. They're finishing up Yakima, and then we're going to go to Chelan tomorrow, and I'll be up there about 3 days or so. So anyway, kind of looking for next week. Maybe I probably got one monitor I could do first, but why don't you just shoot me a text or something when you're all ready, and we'll come and do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do it first next week, I'm saying I'll be ready by then. I mean, for sure.
All right.
Because it's only a day of mowing or whatever.
It might be Tuesday or Wednesday, but probably next week we'll want to get in there.
Yeah, that'll be just fine.
All right. Thank you, Seth. We'll see you soon. All right. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Hi, guys. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the chainsaws I use for grafting and why I use them. I'll preface this with a disclaimer. I'm not a chainsaw expert by any means, and I'm certainly not a small engine guy expert. I don't do that either. What I do is grafting, and I'm not about Husky versus Steel or Homelite or Sax Dalmar or whatever. I'm not about that. What I'm about is grafting and what saw works for my application. Steel's a good saw. Obviously, they've been around a long time, but this is the saw that I prefer. And what I use is Husky 242 XP. And most of these saws I bought back in the 90s, and I got a whole tree full of them over there. Well, the boys have got some out today, but we got a bunch of them because we used to split the crew 3 ways sometimes. So each guy's got 4 or 5 saws. You need a couple guys on a saw, and if one goes down, you yank a pull cord out or whatever. You just sit down, pick up another saw, and go, because you can't pay 12, 15 people standing around watch you tinker with a saw. You got to keep moving. So that's why we've got a lot of saws. We've got backup saws, and we can maintain those and rotate them in and out, you know. But I bought these saws, most of them, like I said, back in the 90s. And over the years, I've ordered parts, got quite an inventory of parts built up, carbs and carb kits and cylinders and jugs and coils and whatnot. And the parts are getting kind of hard to get for them, but I've had enough inventory to keep me going for a while. And of course, there's an occasional saw that becomes a parts saw. But the reason I use these saws is because they will rev up. Man, they'll make a cut. They'll make a clean cut for grafting. And I've got a couple of newer saws. The replacement for this saw, obviously you can't buy this saw anymore. It was discontinued in 1998. So I've got a couple of replacements, which would be a 550 XP, and I wouldn't trade one of these saws for 3 of them new ones. They just won't rev up. They rev at 10,200 RPMs. These old 242s, the highest revving saw the Husky ever made. They rev at 15.5. Boy, they are screamers. And you can take a 6 or 7 inch horizontal limb and be done with the cut before it ever hits the ground. You don't even have to make an undercut. I mean, whomp, it's gone. Especially if you've got your chain set up right. If you've got those rakes filed down just right, so you're catching a big chip, boy, you can move through some wood with them. And that's why I like them. They have just served me well. So, like I said, I'm not a saw maintenance guy. I'm not a small engine repair guy. I don't claim to be, but I'll just tell you what I've done to keep these saws going. What we do is we bring them in. At nighttime, I wash the filters out and clean them up good. Take the chain brakes off and clean all the sawdust and build up out of there and blow them out real good. When we're out in the field, there's one thing we do. I always keep a little brush, and I always brush this cap, the sawdust off of these caps. I always open it up a little bit. There'll be a little sawdust build up around the outside edge there. And I always brush that off. We keep a brush tied to the gas can. And always clean those out. Clean them up real good before we put gas in there, and that keeps the sawdust out of your pickup tube and the gas tank and your oil tank. And I don't know if that does any good or not, but I've been doing it for 30 plus years, and I think it might have helped me out a little bit, you know, just keeping the junk, the trash out of the tank. I don't know how important that is, but that's policy. And another thing we do is out in the field is the policy is to grease that bar every time you fill up. And we use these little guns. These are a neat little thing, and a lot of people don't know. Some of the places I even bought these don't even know you can get a refill for these. You don't have to buy these over and over. You can get a filler to go in there, and had a guy order some the other day when I pointed that out to him at the ag supply store. But anyway, we grease these bars every time we fill up, and some bars, they don't all have it, but some bars have a place where you can grease it on both sides. And if that's the case, that's what we do. And I always spin this around and get a little grease as you're greasing it, to get a little grease all the way around on that wheel. And I know you probably don't have to grease that bar every time you fill up, but if that's your policy, and if that's what we tell the guys, to grease it every time you fill up, well, if that's the policy, then when they do grease it, it'll make up for the times they missed if they think they're supposed to do it every time. I know everybody's going to miss one now and then, But by doing that, in the 30 plus years, I have never split a bar. And boy, I've seen guys split a bunch of them because they don't maintain the bar. And I was working a place one time, and this guy came out, and he had a little grease gun. He had some kind of special formula in it, you know, and he said he greased the bar for me and my chainsaw. And he said, "There, now you'll never have to grease it again." I don't know what he had, some white lithium grease or something. I don't know, something special that he thought was magic. And I don't think I said anything to the gentleman, you know, but my thought was, well, I might not have to grease it again, but I'm going to. So we'll grease that bar every time, and anytime, if you throw a chain or something, anytime you got it off, flip the bar over, and you get more life out of it. And I do most of the chainsaw work, because it just seems to go easier. I don't know. I can go out there and saw with one of these saws for 2 weeks and not have an issue. And one of these guys on the crew will pick it up and go out there and 5-10 minutes they'll be broke, you know, or they'll throw a chain or something wrong with it. It's just a phenomenon, you know. I don't know what it is. They'll twist the bar and throw the chain and over and over. And I don't know. It's just a mystery. But it just seems to go easier if I do the chainsaw work. And I got one of those saw up there I've had for a long time. It's predecessor to these, and it's a 133. I got it back in the 80s. I was working for another grafter, and he ran out of money and then hadn't got paid or something, didn't have money to pay me for a couple of days' work, and he traded me that saw. And I still got it. It's just kind of a keepsake. But that's a one-man saw, and I'm the man. I'll never let anybody else run it. But these old 242 XPs have served me well, and they're getting old, you know, and they're getting where you have to tinker with them a little more than I'd really like to, or that you used to have to do with them. But when they come up on eBay, I've been picking them up over the last few years. They don't come up often, but when they do, there's guys out there that know what they are, and they know how these things will rev up, and they're on them, you know. So I have no doubt I could sell all these saws with ease or go buy some new ones, but I'm just not sure that's what I want to do. The last one I bought, I got in a bidding war with a guy, and these saws cost about $400 new, and I think the last one I bought, I got in a bidding war with that guy, and I think I paid $430 for it. And boy, I fixed him, didn't I? Anyway, that's the saws that we use, and that's kind of how we take care of them. And they're good grafting saws. They'll get out there and do the job. And I know there's other saws that are fine, you know, and there's guys that swear by different ones, and that's okay, you know. For the homeowner, some of these little saws are great. A lot of guys use the saw 4 or 5 hours a year, and you know, we'll run them 8-9 hours a day in and day out, and so we've got to have something that'll cut good and hold up. We joke around, and guys come out sometimes in the orchard, and they'll have these little trinkets, you know, ding, 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 little humming bees, you know, and we call them keychain trinkets. Look like little trinkets you'd hang on your keychain. So, trinket saws, keychain trinket saws. That's not what these are. These are made to work. So that's what we do, and that's it. Just want to tell you what kind of saws I use for the grafting, and kind of why I use them is because they're a high revving saw, and they just work for my application. They're not better than something else. They're just better for me. All right. See you.